Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Solo Salon Owner Podcast. Today, we're going to be taking a direction talking about social media. There's tons of information about social media and business. There's tons of social media available, so many platforms, whether it is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat. That's one I don't understand is Snapchat. Reddit. There's so many things available to your business. Social media is important because everyone is connected. Even my 70 to 80-year-old clients have some connection on social media. They might not know how to work it, but they're looking at it. And so it's important as a business for you to be on a platform. We don't do phone books anymore. We don't do, you get the yellow pages. No one's paying for advertising like that. So it's important for you to analyze your social media. It's also important that if you're going to be on multiple platforms, that they all kind of sync up. So I always suggest when it comes to business that you pick 3 platforms. Platforms that you are personally looking at. So it should be something that you're invested in. It should be a space where you feel confident that you can share your business and market to your target audience on that platform. I suggest that they all look the same. They all have your same logo. I suggest that they are not closed profiles, that they are open to the public. So my focus for my personal business has been Instagram, Facebook. I do have Pinterest. I'm not as active on the Pinterest, but my target audience brings me nail pictures from Pinterest. So I feel like I need to be somewhat active there. So today what we're going to talk about, though, is cleaning up your social media. On my website, lushnaillounge.com, I do have a section where there are pro beauty courses, and I literally last week just launched the first one, and it is free for a limited time. It is the Instagram cleanup, and what we talk about is how often do you go through your social media and clean it up? How do you manage your content and branding? It gives you a guide, and I suggest that once every quarter, so once every 3 months, you're looking at your feed on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you choose, and clean it up. So there's a checklist on how to do that, and there's 2 videos. One is on the laptop, and one is on a mobile site. I focus on Instagram in this particular course because that's the one that I'm most active on, and I also have it link up to Facebook so that what I post on Instagram, I don't always automatically share it on Facebook, but I have that connection so that if I wanted to place the same post on multiple sites, I can do that. So let's talk about cleaning up. Let's talk about a handy checklist that you should have and go through on a regular basis for your social media. First of all, you want to look at your profile. You want to make sure all that information is correct, that there's no typos. That includes your phone number, your address, how do they contact you, what are your boundaries, like if you don't accept direct messaging. Like, I don't accept direct messaging on Instagram. I talk about that because I can't keep up with it. So I used to have an automatic, hey, I don't look at this inbox, but I've changed it recently where Instagram allows you to have frequently asked questions. So when people do go to message you, those frequently asked questions are there with an answer. How do you set your boundaries? That's a whole other course. Boundaries are so important in business, but you want your social media to reflect those boundaries. So look at that profile. Does it say, hey, DM me for appointments? Or does it say online booking is available? Or does it say call or text me? It's all very important information, because that is your funnel on how people put money in your pocket. Your social media is your sales funnel. It is your advertising. It is the face of your business, and it has to represent you before people physically meet you. So the profile information must be correct. If you have links to online booking or to a website or to another page, make sure they work. Click them, make sure they connect, make sure it's easy. It's very important. I utilize online booking because I am in a single salon studio. I don't answer the phone when I'm with clients. I don't have reception. A receptionist making my appointments for me. So to have on my phone the message that you can find online booking 24/7, so have that link already set up on Instagram. People can avoid making the phone call if that's how you want them to book. I hope that makes sense. On Instagram in particular, you have highlights, which are story highlights. Those highlights can be very important because that's where you can put things to display your work that people can go through quickly. It can have your boundaries, policies, price lists. It can have customer reviews. You should have a highlight, customer reviews. Those highlights need to coordinate with your profile colors. It should reflect your logo. And every once in a while, you want to go through those highlights and make sure that they are current, that the policies, the pictures, all of that in those highlights are current. For example, if you used to have an employee, but you don't have that employee anymore, go through those highlights, make sure that their pictures have been eliminated. Go through that social feed, eliminate those pictures. I talk about that in the Instagram cleanup course on how to handle that with employees, where watermarking is so important. So utilize those highlights. It's also a very good source of information. Your photo grid. When you click on someone's page on Instagram and you look at how they've set up their pictures, what appeals to you? You should be looking at other businesses that specialize in what you specialize in and kind of look at what appeals to you. Is it the position of the nails or the hair? Is it the colors that they use in their non-photo posts? What appeals to you? And then go back and look at yours. How does yours appeal to a clientele? Do you want to diversify it and make it look a certain way with certain colors reflected? When you look at your photo grid, do you have old promotions in there? Because if clients go through old photos and they see, oh, well, every Mother's Day she gives 30% off this service, I'm just going to wait. No. We need to delete those old promotions because we don't want people waiting until there's a discount. We want to delete or maybe even repost posts that did not do well. If you have a post that you thought your picture was amazing and the lighting was perfect and only 2 people liked it, repost it. Maybe put it in a story, maybe put it in a highlight. There's no rules saying that you have to put new pictures up every single day. I mean, that's the beauty of Throwback Thursday. Go back to the beginning of your feed and repost something. Make sure you have a variety of styles on your photo grid. I personally am not attracted to the same style of photo over and over and over again on someone's feed. If I'm looking at a hairdresser and all I see are the back of heads, that is so boring to me. If I look at a nail tech and it's the same hand position with the same background every time, boring. Show me something different. Have a variety of styles. Have a variety of posts. That includes reels. Reels are so important because people sometimes now on Instagram just go to the reels and flip through. It's like their TikTok, or they have it instead of TikTok. Reels can really ramp up your it really can ramp up your traffic because of that fact. So look at your photo grid. How often do you have a reel? Maybe make 3 posts in a row that are reels and see what happens. On Instagram, there's also insights. If you have a business page, it's not a personal profile, there are insights where you can look up your top posts. And when you do that, you want to see, well, what day did I post that? What time? What hashtags did I use? What was the style of that? Speaking of hashtags, you want to look up banned hashtags. I always suggest to make a standard list of hashtags you use often to copy and paste. And then you can throw different varieties in. But the banned hashtags will bury your posts. There was a banned hashtag for Valentine's Day. Don't know why that was banned, but it pushed everybody's posts down. So imagine what it did at Valentine's Day for all the people that used that hashtag. I've not looked it up. Again, that's something you want to look up. And you can Google that quarterly when you're cleaning up your feed. Google Instagram banned hashtags. You might be surprised what comes up. Definitely link up and share posts to other social media. Not everyone is on every platform. Not everyone pays attention to certain platforms. Repetition's not a bad thing. You know, they used to say it took people 6 times to see your name in order to recognize you. Well, with social media now, it's about 15 times. So repetition's totally important. You also have to commit to social media. I don't suggest doing it on the fly. Sometimes things come up, you take pictures, take videos. Yeah, do it on the fly. But set aside maybe an hour each week during your work schedule. I'm not talking at home in front of the TV. Maybe you've had a cancellation. Maybe you finished a client early. Set aside, take that time and say, okay, I'm going to look at my Instagram. I'm going to do this is the appointments available post. I'm going to do this is the new product I just got in post. And I'm going to do a couple of pictures and maybe a reel while I have some time. And start to organize, edit, and post. I always say post at least 3 to 4 times per week and keep a story up every day. Your stories also bring you recognition. It can be something as easy as your quote of the day. It could be a picture of your dog. Anything personal I would put in your stories and not on your Instagram page. I talk a little bit about that in the Instagram cleanup course also. Yes, we don't want to mix business and personal, but your clients also feel like they're your friend and they want to know you. And to show your face is so important, so people know who they're going to be talking to when they book online and show up. That's the kind of things that you want in your stories. And I would say if you could put a story up to run every day and vary the time so that it pops up randomly, that's also going to keep you bringing in traffic and keep you to the front of people that are looking for your specific service. I use a service called Later.com to, especially on busy weeks, to schedule my posts. It connects to Instagram, it connects to Facebook. I can go in and spend an hour and edit, pick pictures, put up things, and schedule them for what day and time I want them to post. And then I don't have to think about it again for 3 to 4 days. Super convenient, super easy. So I highly recommend scheduling that out if you're not someone who likes to sit down and do that every day. Also, what you want to do to gain some recognition and new followers is do a search. Do a search of your area. Find other businesses, like their pages, comment on a picture. And if someone does that for you, go to their page, like something on their page. It's a follow for follow type of world. When you are involved in your community and other businesses, people recognize that also. People will be like, oh, Lush Nail Lounge liked this photo from M's Cafe. Who's Lush Nail Lounge? Where is she? Same thing for myself. People can see who's liked my posts and they can go find another business in the area. So follow the followers that come around to your page. I would say keep your followers list to 800 or less. I know that sounds like a crazy number. And every once in a while you need to clean out those followers too. If you've got lurkers, people that you don't engage with, every once in a while just stop following them. Maybe they'll pop back up in your feed and you'll be able to do a new follow for follow. But anyway, that's how I handle my Instagram cleanups. Once a quarter, sit down. It might take an hour or two. It might not even take that long. It depends on how happy you are with what you've been posting. Depends on how you feel those posts are working for you. But whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever's feeding your funnel of money, that's where the attention needs to be paid. If people are Googling you, and you should Google yourself often, not only does it keep you up to the top of the search list, but you should see what comes up when people Google you. If they just say, oh, well, I found you on Google or I found you on Yelp, you better believe you need to be looking at those pages. Yelp is a whole nother business. I'm not a fan of Yelp because how they try to extract money from businesses. It's like a hostage situation. But Google yourself, have a Google business page, post pictures there occasionally. And I would say once every 6 months, I would check that out and make sure it's all updated and current, especially if you've not moved locations. Anyway, that is today's podcast. I don't want to keep you too long. Again, if you want the full checklist and some videos of how I clean up my Instagram, you can go to lushnaillounge.com, and in the Beauty Pro courses, it is available for free for a limited time Today is April, I don't know, 23rd, I think. I don't even know what day it is. I'm going to keep it probably free until June 1st when I am set to launch my other Beauty Pro business courses. And so, of course, this podcast is sponsored by Lush Nail Lounge. And I hope that you continue to follow, like, and share. If you have any comments, salon drama you want to share, or if you want to be a guest on this podcast because you are a beauty professional and want to share your knowledge, please contact me at lushnaillounge.com. I look forward to talking to you, or comment in the comments below, and we'll connect. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Take some time for yourself, do some self-care, and be the best solo salon owner that you can be. Bye.